Hello, welcome back everyone. Yes, we're continuing our conversation on love. Rukema and I are still here in the studio. So we're talking about self-love really, and we broke it down in different dimensions, and Rukema was trying to elaborate on how, you know, to give somebody the sort of love they will receive, the kind of love God will give to us. You really need to have an understanding of the sort of person you are dealing with, because if you give a street person the sort of love you will give somebody that is comfortable in a home, it cannot work. You really have to understand each person's different dimension, background, and where they are coming from. And God will have to give you an understanding concerning that person to be able to reveal the way to love them in the way they will receive it and in the way they will be happy receiving it. So now we're going to look at again the issue of self-love. You know, when God tells us oftentimes in the scriptures and says, do not sin, do not be covetous, do not lie, do not commit fornication, do not be jealous, do not covet your neighbor's wives and everything. We tend to feel that all these commandments are just too much, really. Is it that God does not want us to live? You know, because sometimes we think when there are too many laws, it's depriving us from enjoying the things of the world. So what do you think God is trying to? Let's have a conversation around that, because that seems to be a challenge to a lot of people.
There's an analogy I like to use, right? If a person buys an iPhone, right? You've never used an iPhone before. You need to read the manual, because the person who made the iPhone will tell you how to make the iPhone function perfectly. So when God gave these instructions to man, he was teaching us how to make this iPhone function properly. So when we go against what it teaches us, let us check out the results. For example, he says, don't be envious. If you look at people that are envious, they are very miserable.
Very miserable.
They suffer a lot of pain inside because they're never satisfied with their life. So before their envy even hurts another person, the first person it hurts is themselves.
So ultimately, all the time when God gives us a commandment or an instruction, let's call it an instruction.
It's for our benefit.
It's really for us, because what it's asking us not to do, when we do it, it will harm us even before the harm is extended to the next person.
Indeed. So a person who understands envy destroys them, they won't give it to another person. They will not give another person a chance to envy them, because they understand the destructive capability of something like that.
So what can really be the cause of envy? We can call that not being contented.
I'll say this has a lot to do with culture and society and culture's definition of wealth. We think that wealth is when a person has a lot of material possessions. But in my experience, I've met a lot of materially wealthy people who were very miserable. They were very poor in joy.
Poor in joy?
Yes. They were poor in compassion, poor in patience, poor in humility. Because society doesn't teach us that these are the true riches, we start looking for the wrong ones.
Okay. The true riches really are the kingdom, I'll call it kingdom benefits.
Because they keep life together.
Yes. Joy, peace, righteousness, humility, obedience, you know, temperance, and all of those things. Awesome. That is the real wealth. Before you start talking of material wealth, because really that's true. If you look at it, ultimately there are a lot of rich people, material wealth, if in the real sense of the word. And why they still think there's something out there they need to get to make them joyful, and they get it, they are not joyful. That's because the true fruit of the Spirit is not there. It's not evident in their life.
Indeed.
Awesome. That's another deep revelation. We're going to come back again in this conversation. I hope you were blessed with this short one. We're going to stay in the issue of love for some time, because I have found out that love is the center of everything here on earth. God created the earth because of love. because He is love and He loved us first before we can ever even think of loving Him, or before we are loving Him. So, and He wants us to be in a relationship that is with love. So, in essence, anyone here on earth, if we feel we are not receiving love, or we are not loved, it makes us to behave out of place, out of God, because God Himself is love. So these are the issues that we're going to be discussing for a while, in this conversation. I will come back. See you again next time. Bless you. Bye.